Today on Golf Destination, we visit Ireland and two courses that are set to open in 2027. Plus, we meet Yip Strickler. We get a teaching tip from Christina Ricci. We look at the rebirth of a Maine golf course and let you know about some of the events we have planned for our viewers. All of that and more next. Hello and welcome to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Chantel McCabe was at the merchandise show and tells us about a very anticipated redesign, and she spoke with Brittas Bay's Nick Conlon.
Now let's learn more on the development of the club formerly known as the European Club, Brittas Bay in Wicklow, which is set to open in 2027 after a Kyle Phillips redesign.
Well, I think naturally when at least Americans think of golf in Ireland, they're thinking a vintage course and they have an image in their mind, but you always have to evolve. So tell us what's happening at your golf course in a big evolution.
Yeah, so we took on the European Club in the summer of 2025 and we decided to look at the golf course through a different lens to see if we could potentially improve upon what was currently there. And in terms of maybe making the golf course more playable, more enjoyable, it's traditionally been known as a very difficult golf course. So we hired Kyle Phillips, renowned golf course architect who's done Yas Links, Curracloe, Kingsbarn, some of the very best golf courses, to oversee the project. And we're very excited about the evolution that's going to come. We think that it's going to be unique and special amongst a litany of great golf courses in Ireland. We hope that we can be, a must-play golf course that joins that elite list that's currently sitting there.
So what do you have to do to not only make the playability an it factor, but really take advantage of the area, the space, and the course conditions?
Yeah, so we're very cognizant of the fact that we want the golf course to cater to everybody. So it's still going to be a very stiff test of golf, in 7,400 yards off the back tees, but also introducing more forward tees, wider fairways, different playing corridors, new, talking about the space that's available to us, so improving the views of the sea. We'll be able to see the sea on every golf hole. So, I think when people travel across the Atlantic to play links golf, they want to feel that, they're in nature, they're in touch with the sea, and I think that's something that we will be able to offer in abundance at Brittas Bay.
What are people going to experience there that is going to get them excited? And I'm sure as you're doing the routing and mapping and the blueprints come out, is getting you pretty amped up too.
Yeah, so I think that the golf course there's going to be a great variety to it. So it'll be a par 72, all varying distances of par 4s, different tests of par 3s and par 5s. So it'll be great variety in the golf course. Playing along the coast in both directions, and in terms of the condition of the golf course, we're setting out our stall to really be, as top of the range we can in terms of producing a world-class golf course that will be, if you like, we've employed turf grass to oversee that, who've done the condition in a fair manner. So we're setting our stall to be the links version of that in terms of the condition of the golf course.
The name and the logo of the golf course is sticking out to me. Tell us the background there.
Yeah, so it was previously known as the European Club, which I think could have been pretty much anywhere across the entire continent. So we wanted to put down roots in where we are in Brittas Bay. So that's where the golf course is located. So the most obvious answer was probably the right one in terms of renaming it. And then going alongside that, we chose the tern as our logo. The tern is a migratory bird that migrates to the beach beside what will be the 17th hole every April. And the National Parks and Wildlife actually set up nets to protect it from predators. So with every green fee that we take, we will contribute to the preservation of that bird, and that's why we've been a big advocate of its supporting its revival.
Well, thank you so much for all of the insight there. And the opening will be what date? What can we circle?
Yeah, so we're hoping to be able to open the play for May 1st, 2027, all going well, so fingers crossed.
Okay. You got to keep waiting. We'll see you in 27.
Now let's look at another course in Ireland that is set to open in 2027, Curracloe.
From the first meeting with the ownership group, we saw that they really wanted to build something special. We're lucky enough that we work with some of the most iconic projects around the world, and we truly believe that with the stakeholders involved like Dana, Jason, Turfgrass, and us, we can create something very special that hopefully will be unique in Ireland and in Europe as well.
Well, the first impressions you think when you get to it is the site is so hilly and rolly with the big valleys, is where can you fit things in? And that's one of the first things we did, is just started walking the land and trying to find the places for tee box, landing areas, and greens.
I went down to the site with a guy called Seamus Neville of Neville Holdings, and they are the owners of the project. And it took us 23 years to get the planning permission for this golf course. I mean, it's extraordinary when you just think about that. The patience of Seamus is incredible. And, you know, this site itself, it's just slightly inland. You're looking down over the sea. But with the rolling hills that Dana has talked about, sitting within that was a massive amount of sand. So it's actually these fields that had a massive amount of sand underneath it. So when we found that sand, we looked and we said, this needs a world-class golf course architect to come in and develop a world-class golf course. And that was why Straka were asked to come in and do it. So we knew that when we were getting these guys in, that we were going to get something spectacular. We were going to get something unique, and that's what we're getting today.
I think how unique it is for Ireland. I've been blessed, and Dana has as well, to play all the famous golf courses and ones that may not be as well known to a lot of people in Ireland. And we're aiming for something that fits a niche that is unique in look and unique in style. Of course, people will pick up on the bunkering. I don't know of any bunker style that is reminiscent of this in Ireland at all. They're fairly severe, but they are grass-faced, and nor is it a very modern bunker style either.
This course is definitely being built for average resort tourism golf because of, get a lot of wind in Ireland, and this is up on a hillside, so you see there's a lot of wind out there. So we're making very wide golf corridors, wide play spaces, so they can find their ball and keep playing. So it's definitely being built as a tourist-type golf course.
You can view golf destination content from the past, as well as original programming, on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination.
Your handicap. So
next, sandbaggers be on alert. We meet Yip Strickler. Plus, a teaching tip from the bunker. When Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda, the rum of leisure, and by Red Vanley, athletic luxury. TravelForGolf.com. Experience the destination. Club benchmarking. Data-driven leadership.
TravelForGolf.com is your online resource for discovering great golf and travel across the globe. Founded by golf travel professionals with decades of experience, TravelForGolf.com is a valuable resource when planning a trip for a group or your bucket list. Direct links to accommodations, tour operator and resource lists, 19th holes, travel and golf products, travel consultation, and so much more. TravelForGolf.com. Experience the destination.
Introducing Compass, a transformative approach to capital planning designed by industry leader Club Benchmarking specifically for private clubs. Set your club on the path to a healthy and sustainable future with comprehensive, continuous, and connected capital planning that leverages powerful software to drive alignment from board to board and through management transitions over time. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Recently, our executive producer, Stephen Icardi, had a chance to talk to social media star Yip Strickler and his work on finding sandbaggers.
And today, we have, one of my favorites. I mean, everyone's on social media, obviously, and on Instagram, but one of my favorites, and he was kind enough to join us, Yip Strickler. Thanks for joining us, Yip.
Thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate the opportunity, and I can't wait to see what type of investigative questions you have for me.
Now, you come across, you are an investigative journalist. Yip, tell me a little bit how you kind of got involved doing this and trying to, if you haven't seen Yip, his passion is exposing what you would call sandbaggers throughout the country in different tournaments. How did you get involved doing this originally?
Well, most of it was accidental. I had a few too many adult beverages one night, and there was a local club a few miles from my prestigious private golfing club that had an early season tournament. They announced the winners, and they were holding some nice little paddles. So I just decided, hey, let's just see what their handicaps are. And it was pretty obvious that one guy never posts any scores, and it was pretty easy. So I did a little 1-minute video. I did, go to my favorite app in the world, Strike It Again. And, that was it. It all kind of started from there. And my passion, I'm willing to dedicate the rest of my life to protecting the game of net golf. This is where we're at. I don't know. It's just an accident, and it's been a good accident for me, though.
Ginn and the USGA, they've seen everything. They know everything. When they make people they have all the data. How far have you gone down that rabbit hole of the handicap system?
Well, I've learned a lot about it in the last 2 years since I've been doing this. Stats and numbers have always kind of been been one of my things. I'm a little bit of a nerd, and I'm not afraid to admit that. As far as what the USGA has at their dispense and like handicap chairman, the reason why I believe I'm able to serve a purpose for the game of golf, net golf specifically, is because the human element with the handicap system is something that people have been taking advantage of forever. And it's never going to stop unless we all have chips implanted into our brains somehow that magically post our scores.
And you haven't lobbied for that at all. You're not saying everyone should have a chip in their head.
Oh, no, I've reached out to Elon Musk and Neuralink to see if they'd be willing to partner up with some of the most prestigious private golfing clubs in the country. I mean, sure, it might add the the initiation fee to join up might be an extra $100,000 per person, but they can afford it.
Right. They can save the embarrassment of being on Yip Strickler's Instagram page.
Well, yes.
So how much time do you spend a week? I'm sure I may be wrong, but I feel like you must have other occupations or other things you do. But to maintain a site like you do with the research and the posting and the editing, I mean, it takes a commitment and a lot of time. How much time would you say you spent a week on this site?
I feel like I'm not comfortable answering that question because it's way too embarrassing to admit.
Visit our YouTube channel for the full interview. Christina Ricci joins us to explain proper bunker aim.
All right, so where do you aim? I like to aim left of the flag to accommodate for the little left to right spin that you typically get out of the bunker. So you can see the first one I hit great, but I was aimed a tiny bit too far right, and then you can see that it kind of faded off to the right even more. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line little left of the flag and make sure I aim there. All right, so this is a great way to practice your bunker alignment. All right, so now I know where I'm going. Now I'm gonna set myself square to this. I'm not gonna open up my stance line. All right, modern golf, we stay more square. Makes life a lot easier. Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Oh man, that was so good. Look at that. You guys seeing that? I'll bring her right on up there and show you. All right, so that's just a great way to practice alignment, is to literally draw a line when you're practicing. Hey guys, when you're doing your bunker shot, make sure that you're not too quick from the top. I'm practicing here, so I drew a line to where I'm gonna aim my open club face. All right, so I'm going a little left of the flag, because out of the bunker, the ball tends to have a little left and righter. And the key is you got to really smooth out your tempo. So you don't want to go crazy quick from the top. All right, you want to feel like you're increasing your hinge from the top. All right, and they throw the club hard down into the sand. Instead, you want to increase your hinge, your angles on the downswing. That's what you want to do on the downswing as you press down into this leg. Bang! All right, and then you'll release that down into the sand.
You can view Golf Destination content from the past, as well as original programming, on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination. Coming up, Brian Silva joins us to talk about his work at Atlantic Pines Golf Club. And later we unveil some unique events hosted by Golf Destination, when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Introducing Compass, a transformative approach to capital planning designed by industry leader Club Benchmarking specifically for private clubs. Set your club on the path to a healthy and sustainable future with comprehensive, continuous, and connected capital planning that leverages powerful software to drive alignment from board to board and through management transitions over time. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
Get excited! The Northeast Golf Show is back in Foxborough at Gillette on March 13th through the 15th. Arbella Insurance invites you to trade in your golf clubs, get custom fit for new equipment, and shop amazing deals from Rock Bottom Golf. Book golf trips, take a lesson, stock up on apparel, and more. Free parking plus free tastings in the Drive Box 19th hole. Check out the St. Germain Simulator Shop and don't miss Women's Golf Weekend. Get tickets, book club fittings, and become a VIP at northeastgolfshow.com.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Now let's visit Maine and a once proud golf course coming back to life with the help of Brian Silva and the Flynn family.
It's a great layout. I think that once we get it back in shape to where it was, bring it to its original glory, that we're gonna have some play here, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna love it. And we have 132 houses here. They're very excited to get it back to what it was.
And it gives the Flynns a really unique combination. Outlook is a little linksy on the clubhouse side. wide open mounds, fescues blowing in the breezes, that kind of stuff. And this is a little bit more of a parkland course, but there's a number of the holes are in individual corridors. So I think it kind of like is the best of both worlds. If this was a linksy style thing, I don't think it would have the panache as a duo that Outlook and this place have together. It's a very pleasant combination.
We're really excited. I mean, I've been out on the course working with the crew, trying to get this back in order, and working with Brian. Hope to work with him some more. He said he's going to work with me until I get sick of him. So
I thought it was the other way around. maybe not. I guess I misheard.
Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to just get this back to what it was originally, because I've heard from a few people that, you know, the first 2 or 3 years they were open, it was just absolutely gorgeous, and it just needs some TLC. That's all.
And we're going to get them back to highlighting the individual holes. There's 5 or 6 holes out here that I would call template golf holes, that I was thinking of another golf course, well, maybe not only in the United States, but in the United States, that had a hole or a greens complex similar to what we've done here. You know, it worked for Rayner and McDonald. They had about 20 template golf holes, and they took them to all their projects across the United States. And so I think there'll be some holes that people see as familiar golf holes.
You know, the biggest thing with us at the Links at Outlook and what we're trying to bring here at Atlantic Pines is a lot of people, when they walk away from the Links at Outlook, they have a good feeling, because it's a playable course. We want to make this playable, enjoyable, so when you come into the clubhouse, you know, you've got a good feeling in your head. You know, maybe you parred 1 or 2 holes or better, but I think we're going to bring that whole thing here, and there's a lot of people excited about it.
You can view golf destination content from the past, as well as original programming, on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination. Coming up, we unveil some cool golf events that we'll be hosting throughout 2026 when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings, the official rum of leisure.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Golf Destination has been producing the show for over 30 years. And this year we are committed to bringing the Golf Destination experience to you, the golfers. Through our unique partnerships with golf industry professionals, manufacturers, and personalities, we look to offer professionally run events and opportunities for our viewers. We started it all off last year with our Masters viewing party at the Sporting Club in the Seaport of Boston. Viewers were able to meet and discuss the Masters with past participants, Matt Parzi, Allie, and Jim Hallett on their experiences. Gosling's Cocktails, a fantastic viewing environment, and great giveaways were on the menu. Based on this success, we will again be hosting a Masters viewing party at the Sporting Club on April 11th. It's free admission, and we would love to see you for the unofficial start of golf in the Northeast. Also this year, Golf Destination will be hosting several golf events in the New England area. This will be a part of our signature series. These tournaments will be held exclusively at premier private courses in and around New England in the late summer and fall. Visit our website, golfdestination.tv, for information as it becomes available. We really hope to build a unique golf community and would love for you to be a part of it. For any information about Golf Destination, visit our online hub, golfdestination.tv. It has our now expanded viewing schedule with new broadcast outlets being added, as well as links to our social media sites, so you can keep up to date with our events and community. For Golf Destination, I'm Meredith Gorman, and we'll see you next time.
Golf Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda, the rum of leisure, and by Red Vanley, athletic luxury. TravelForGolf.com. Experience the destination. Club Benchmarking. Data-driven leadership. Produced by the Atlantic Production Group. Learn more at AtlanticProductionGroup.com.